This practice is when you're feeling really, really down, when you feel like you cannot accept your own behavior, your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, when perhaps you've done something that is weird, that is odd. The sensation in your body is just unbelievably painful. You probably had to say something to someone. Now, after saying it, you feel so strange. You just can't believe you did it. You just can't believe you said it, but yet you've done it. You know deep inside that was needed to be said, yet now you are left with yourself. How do you accept yourself after doing something that you are still battling, whether you are proud of or not? Maybe you had a bad argument with your partner and you just lost your cool. You shouted, you said things, now you regret. How do we come to accepting that part of us that somehow knows this needed to be said or done, yet there's a part of you just don't know how to accept, the not very nice part of you, not very proud side of you? How do you find compassion, love, forgiveness for yourself in time when you just don't know what's happening to you right now? You are in pain. Whatever may have caused this pain, how do you find the compassion for yourself? So when there is a storm in the sea, the waves will be bigger and it will probably crash on the big stones, yet never will the waves say that they are the storm. The waves are always part of the ocean, part of the sea. The waves never becomes the storm. So we as divine creation of the peaceful, pure divinity, just because there was a storm in our life, now we may not be proud or whatever happened we've just lost our cool. We do not become the storm. We do not become this action, this thought, this behavior. We remain in the purest form that we have been created. So every time, if you're not really proud of something you've said, something you've done, and you are finding it difficult to be peaceful again, calm again, to be in your glow and in your joy again, remember that you don't become the storm. You remain the peace. And you just wait. You just wait for the storm to calm down. And then you're going to be part of the sea, the ocean again. If you're finding yourself in a state of maybe chaos, in a state of you just don't know what to do anymore, you've lost your glow, that joy that came from within, don't lose your practice, whatever practice you may have started. Maybe the shaking in the morning, maybe your meditation practice. In fact, what you could do is, if you put your thumb in your ears, block all the senses, sit in a meditative posture. Put your thumb in your ears and start listening to the sound that comes from within. You can close your eyes and gaze at the middle of your eyebrows and just listen to the sound that comes from within. The heartbeat, the whoosh, you're going to hear sometimes like drum, sometimes like it's a flute, sometimes it's just like the ocean. Just stay there and keep listening to that inner sound, and maybe do it for 10-15 minutes if you have the time for it, and you're going to find that you're returning home to you again. Because when we go and, let's say, have an argument with someone else or do something that we are not really proud of, somehow we have left a part of us somewhere else, and now this behavior, this action keeps bringing us to that part. So how do we call our own energy back to our own body, to our own anchoring point? You go inwards and pull your energy from within again, and listening to your inner sound, your heartbeat, everything, all the sound that's coming inside will ground you again and will just bring you back to your glow, and you're going to feel your peace again. Now, I am sharing these little practices with you because I have practiced them and I'm learning from my spiritual mentor, my guru, and I'm sharing these with you after I practice this. So if you feel unease and somewhere you feel like you have lost your calm, try to do this and see for yourself how you feel when you have left a part of you somewhere else, that you haven't become the storm, you're still the sea, and you just wait for the storm to calm down. And remember, sometimes we need to bring chaos so that we can organize again. And if you feel chaotic, maybe something needed to be said and you're finding your voice again. So these things that was needed to be said, now you need to be okay and accept that part of you that is now speaking. And when we start reclaiming our power, our energy, these little things will come up so you can exercise your voice again, your power again. So speaking up for yourself is a part of you that you're reclaiming. In the doing, in the speaking up for yourself, in the standing up for yourself is the reclaiming of your voice and of your power. Now, after you do it, if you used to not speak up or not stand up for yourself, and now you are, after you do it, you're going to come back to you and you're going to feel so unfamiliar. You're going to feel unease, but this unease and unfamiliarity is because you have lost your way, and this is a new thing you're doing, standing up for yourself. The part of you that you need to accept is, from now on, I am going to use my voice. I am going to stand up for myself. And in doing so, you are reclaiming your power and your energy, and you're resetting your frequency. So it is unease because it's new-ish, It's unease because you are now feeling a little scared. Did I actually say that? Did I actually do this? But be okay that these words, when they're staying inside you suppressed, you are losing your power and your energy. And it is what causes symptoms within us when we are not using this energy efficiently. So speaking up, standing up for yourself might come a little bit easy as you start shaking up, as you start dancing, as you start meditating, as you start doing these practices, as you start reclaiming your power. You will have to exercise the power, because with power comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes power. So when you have power, you have to use it responsibly. And with this responsibility, you will have more power. So this newness that you might find yourself in the future, perhaps, maybe it hasn't come. And when you're feeling weird, what have I done? Have I actually said something like this? But you were standing up for yourself, my love. And maybe you stepped a little bit too far. And this is your homework. How are you going to find love and acceptance and forgiveness for you? Because it's easy to forgive others. Is it easy to forgive us, ourselves? And the way you find forgiveness for yourself is you are in this human body having an experience. You've been conditioned to, you've been brainwashed to, you've lost your power somewhere, you've lost a part of you somewhere, and now you're reclaiming it for yourself and you're learning. That's how you find compassion. That's how you find love. That's how you find forgiveness. And when you are able to love and accept and forgive you, you're going to move from this same energy, being able to love and find compassion for others. So unless you begin with you, this love and compassion, it's going to be a little difficult to do it for others. So start with you today. If ever you need to come back to this practice, repeat it again. Repeat it again. Put your thumbs in your ears. Come back to listening to your inner sound. I'm not saying inner voice, not mentally speaking to yourself. No. Inner voice, inner sound. The sound of your creation. The sound of the divine. This is the Om frequency, the frequency of creation at the beginning. And it's deeper than this. But I'll leave you with this. The sound that you hear from inside you, the heartbeat, the blood flowing, all of what's happening inside is creation in you. So come back to creation. And this is a massive practice. I cannot begin to tell you how much you are going to find yourself intuitively growing when you do this practice. Let me know if you hear me today, and when you come back to this practice, listening to this practice again and again, let me know what comes up for you in the moment, because every practice brings something in you in the moment.